Hello YouTube, Mike here, Desirous Prime, back with another Transformers review. Before I do that though, as I promised in my last video, the Slug video, I would remember some names, look up some names of people who have been commenting and giving me feedback. So, this is basically the shout out part. Obviously there's Yoko Ito. Again, thank you for all your comments and for enjoying what I do, and having a friend that translates for you. I mean, these reviews are by no means easy, but you know, the trouble you go to as well, I especially appreciate that, so thanks. Dara Lynch commented on my Revenge of the Fallen Swerve. That guy has the same name as me. What, Swerve? I thought your name was Dara. Exilian XLR. Someone that I've followed for a while, I think. Someone that's following me. Commented on my 10 shots, 10 bots, which I would never do again. Rage723, Jamie. You know, we've known each other for years, since about 2009 when I started doing this. And you know, he's one of the first people that I've started watching on YouTube, and we Skyped a few times, and an all-round decent guy. And yes, I will get back to playing Star Trek Online, just give me time. WWE/TNA Microman 360 left a comment on one of my WWE microaggression figurines reviews. Just put nice with a smiley face. I appreciate that though, it's feedback. So thank you. And there was it's really gone, or have they? No, here we are. KOS Stop Motion left a comment, so you know, thank you for the feedback. And I mentioned where are you? Mino Man. Again, I'm recording this right after the Slug review, so you know, feel free to correct me if I'm getting any names wrong, all of you, and I will make sure to amend that in my next review, which is going to be Voyager Grimlock. Do the Dinobot, the Wave 1 Dinobots all as one. Finish off Wave 1 with Evasion Mode Optimus Prime. Turns out I have the complete Wave 1 of Age of Extinction. I don't think I've ever had a complete Wave 1. I could be wrong. I have quite a few of the 07 and Revengi toys, so possibly it's just this first one that I've noticed that I have the complete Wave 1 of. So let's talk plastic, shall we? Specifically, plastic dinosaurs that transform into robots. Yes, hang on, haven't even finished transforming this guy yet. Right, yeah, we're ready. Age of Extinction, Deluxe Class Scorn. Now, I don't even know how to start with this because it's beautiful. It looks amazing. It is the best. I mean, it's like I said in the Slug review, Scorn's the best looking one, but that doesn't mean Slug's inferior. It's just that Scorn is such a beauty. He is just a pleasure to look at in both modes, I might add. But yeah, I don't know what dinosaur he is. Like I said, I am out of practice with knowing my dinosaurs and shit. He has his little arms that, you know, are actually longer than your general T-Rexy arms. They are on ball joints, so be careful because they can pop off. One thing I've never really been sure on, and I've looked at reviews and that, is the legs. I think they're positioned correctly. There is a gap right there between the torso pieces, but you know, I'm not going to complain too much about it. He has the silver Autobot symbol there, and his head's well concealed. A good, well concealed head is, you know, a well concealed head is good head. He has a soft plastic tail, and his mouth opens and closes. It's not a soft plastic mouth, it's a solid plastic mouth. And he's got this neck piece that, you know, comes down like that. I just keep it like that. It looks like he's got a hole in his neck, oh, granted, but it also kind of bulks out his neck a bit more as well, as opposed to just having it like that. He looks as if he's got quite a skinny neck doing that. Now I think about it, I'm not sure which way I prefer. I'm just going to leave it like that. His legs, I tend not to move his legs that much because, you know, it kind of messes with the transformation on the underside. All in all, it is, his spines are soft plastic as well. However, unlike Slug, he has a solid plastic sword, which has some nice detail on it. The blades and the... Is that serrated down there? I think that's serrated. I don't know all my names for blades and shit. That is an extra sharp on that side. It's extra sharp on that side as well, and there's nice detail there. I do like the sword. It trumps Slug's weaponry, even Grimlock's. But yes, so that is Age of Extinction's Scorn in his dinosaur mode, and he is a delight. The thing is, if you mess around with his mouth too much, his hand pops out the top of his head. So yeah, you got to be careful with that. There you are. It's really weird to do it. It's basically, you know, with the dino mode, just pick a position and stick with it. Let's transform him. So, what I do is I lift the tail up and I pull this part forward. His legs are quite ingenious, actually. You need to pull the hip panels down like that, and then just pull down and push up. So there you go. Pull that down and then do that, and you've pretty much got his, well, you haven't pretty much got his legs sorted. What you need to do next is split these somewhat, just a little bit, it's nothing major, and then this middle toe, the one in the middle, you pull that out and around. I mean, you can even leave those closed if you want, those bits around the back of it. It's not a pointless gimmick, but you know, you can, you know, kind of makes the calves, the shins, sorry, look a bit bigger, you know, more armor, I suppose. So again, just fold them out like so, grab the middle toe on the leg, bring it all the way around, and yes, front of his leg in dino mode, front of his leg in robot mode. Pretty neat, that. Nice little touch, I like that. Because, you know, a lot of them, it's like with Slug, the front of his legs in both modes were the front of his leg, but that was still innovative in the sense that his dino feet became the dino knee pads. So there was an extra pull out on that. So yeah, that is the front of Scorn in his robot mode. And then what you need to do next is grab this and just pull this dino torso down. What I do is, I'll just keep that out of the way for now, and then turn it around 45 degrees. You can tell where this is going now, surely. There, you've got one of his arms. It's a big tail whip arm. What else was thingy as well? There's two ports, and you know, the fins tab into it. I just kind of, without untabbing them, pulled it back. So you know, just turn the fins around like that. Pull his arm down, sorry, his dino head. Now this is interesting because most dino, it kind of, you'd think Beast Wars Megatron with the way this looks. tail, head. But that's the thing. This is not a full-on head hand. What you do is you need to split pull the jaw and turn that around like that. So, from his head mode like that, turn it around and then split the jaw, push that up, and then the top of his head, like I said earlier, when I mentioned that his hand kept popping out, you just, this time on purpose, bring the hand out. I do like that. And it doesn't look too messy either. So, that's pretty much it, except for the head, which you can just grab and pull up, like that. And he has the kind of square, flat top, knight head. And these bits on the back, this is like, it's a case of what do you do with these. I mean, the instructions weren't really clear on it. His dino arms. I tend to just, I don't put them up there out of the way. Let's see if I can remember how I do this. I will do something like that and just, you can have these any manner of ways. You can have it like that, so he's got extra claws sticking out. It does look a bit, intrusive in some ways. I'm just trying to figure out the best way to do it. Because there is, because the instructions say having it hanging over his waist parts, but I don't really like it that much, so how did it go? I mean, I suppose you could have it like that and it adds, there's gaps, but it kind of fills out the torso a bit. But do you really need the torso filling out? It's not like it's skinny. So, it's all, it's up to you. I'll basically say that. It's a matter of personal preference, I would say. Because there's this bit, you could have that like that, and then that, they kind of sit in there a lot better, but you've got the big ass thing sticking out there. So, there is no real right or wrong way to do it, I guess. Because I'm spending a lot more time on this fucking... Do you know what? I'm just going to keep them out of the way. Because I am, I'm being very particular with this right now. I'm just going to keep them tucked up at the back like that. Which... I think is fine. It brings out his hips a bit. But, what are you going to do? The only other option is to have them hanging down the back, and I'm not doing that. That just doesn't look right. So yeah. Age of Extinction, Deluxe Class Scorn, which is a beauty in both modes. His sword fits in his hand. Like that. So, points of articulation, he has the 180. It is the 45-degree hip turn. Does not go the other way. Arm surprisingly bends pretty well at the elbow and can go forward and out. Same with this arm. It's kind of on a weird joint thing because of his neck, because his neck can go like that. I forgot to mention that in dinosaur mode. Comes out like so. No hand articulation, but that's a given, but you can push it in a little bit. His legs can go forward and bend at the knees, double jointed knees, so you know, whatever you want to do with that. No foot articulation except that front toe. That's, you know, the transformation purpose one. You've got these hip panels here that I don't know what you'd do with that. You know, they fold down, and he's got teeth on his hips, basically. You know, the hips don't lie, but they will chew your twat off. Shakira, Shakira. And his head does turn. Pretty cool. It's on a ball joint with a gap in the back, but he can't really look up, but it's not as if he's looking too far down anyway. All in all, it's a good figure. It's the best of the Dinobots that I've got so far. It probably will remain the best of the Dinobots from what I've seen of other ones like Slash and Strafe, Slog and Snarl. But yeah, that is. This hasn't actually been that long. Under 20 minutes for once. I think I've covered everything in this. The Age of Extinction, Dinobot Scorn. He is a beauty. He is awesome. And, you know, pick it up if you want it, because I wanted it, and I picked it up. So, big thank you to everyone who watches and leaves feedback, and anyone who's left feedback and reviewed my stuff in the past, and yeah, I appreciate it. This is Scorn, I'm Desirous Prime, and you shall see me next time.